Hi everyone, how are you? Again, it's Snapback Sunday, honey, and if you don't have your snapback, you got less than 24 hours to do so. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cute, so I figured that would be my new little montage or mantra or intro or whatever you want to call it. But I wanted to quickly get into our topic today. A couple things is I do plan on starting a podcast, so I will keep you all posted and let you know more about that as it happens. I like my little curly, but when I put it on, I was like, dang, I look like I'm about to break out into a song of just beat it, beat it. I had to get past it. Okay, but anyway, when I talk about doing a podcast, it will give me an opportunity not only to communicate with other people, go back and forth on topics, but also to communicate with you. So I'll keep you posted about that. But I'm really interested in having some dialogue with others and not just me. But I do want to say something that's really heavy on my heart right now, and that is staying respectful. I think that, and it doesn't matter, everybody's blaming everything else on COVID, but your ability to stay respectful has nothing to do with COVID-19. Okay? Maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're irritated, what have you. But in moments like this, it shows people's true colors. And it's very frustrating because when my mom passed I keep forgetting, and like she's been gone for over a year, but it was March of the year before last. So this is March of 2018, I think. 2018. Yeah. And it was very difficult for me, but in a weird way, I don't know how to explain it, but I always feel her. I keep a picture beside my bed of her and my favorite people. I have other favorite people, but this is my mom, this is my son, and this is my grandson. And I should have been in there, and then it would have had all the generations, but here I am right here. But I just feel blessed because right before she died, I had the last months of her life with me and my family in my home. My son, his presence, and it was a very loving time. There was some emotional points. My mom lived in fear a lot, so she was afraid of things, to try things, to go out and do things. And a lot of times if I was not at home, I work as a consultant, which means that I'm deployed to different states, sometimes different cities, depending on where I'm at. But I can pretty much work from wherever I am. I don't have to stay in one location. And I've been doing that for some time. And it's so funny because now my son does that. And it's a lot of fun. Very good people you run into, and you work with a lot of people in the healthcare industry. But right now I'm not doing that because I am trying to pursue my music. Not to say that I won't if I need to, but right now I'm just kind of chilling until things kind of come back around. But that is not my point to say. All of what I'm saying is I had those moments to spend with her, and they were the best moments of my life because I don't know if there's others out there like me, but like, how you can know people, meet people, family, whatever, and everybody has an opinion of you that used to be you. And the one thing that hurts more than anything is when you made that transition and you're constantly battling for your space in time, meaning now, to be respected for who you are, meaning now, and to be respected by those that you feel should love you regardless of how you are. Regardless. But sometimes it's not what people say, but how they say it. And recently, I encountered that. I'm very open to the message. I'm very open to constructive criticism. There are some days versus others where I might be moody or temperamental, and I'm very sensitive. I'll be the first to say, but I have worked so hard on myself, as I'm sure you have for your downfalls, have made a better way, and only for people that you love the most to disrespect you or make you feel like you have not made a significant change. And then I realized that maybe they're feeling that way because they have not made a change. Maybe they're feeling that way because they're afraid, as they're going through the change, what that entails, what that encompasses. But I do believe that when someone accuses me or you or anyone else of something, it's because of something weak in them. Maybe the same thing. I once told that oftentimes people accuse you of the things going on with them. And so at that point, you, as the person that's changed and made improvisions for them, maybe many, many times, because I'm a Pisces, so I'm very loving, very kind, and I use Pisces as a marker because some people are into the zodiacs, but it gives you a preface of the person that I am. But very giving, very loving, very kind, very open, very honest, wear my heart on my sleeve. But then in the same respect, if I become hurt or upset, it's all that times 10, because any emotion, any feeling, any love, anger, all is magnified by 10. So when someone hurts my feelings, I disconnect. My feelings were hurt, so I put my phone on do not disturb. Not that they were going to call, not that they did call, not that they text, not that they were going to text, but the point was that I didn't want to know if they did or if they didn't, because I felt like they should have, because they were wrong. And it was unfortunate because I didn't get to articulate my feelings, because basically what I took out of the message that they gave me, which was much harsher than I'm going to say, was that I just need to be quiet sometimes. And really, if they're the ones I'm talking to, I just need to be quiet and let them talk. So I took that in a couple of ways, because if you're coming to me and you're a friend of mine and you have a problem, I'm of course going to sit and listen, and I'm going to also give my opinion, because if you hadn't come to me, you wouldn't have wanted it. So if you wouldn't have came to me, if you didn't want it, you wouldn't have come to me, meaning my opinion. But also, if I have a day or a time or anything that I need to talk to you about, I feel like when you love someone and you really care about how they feel and you don't want to hurt their feelings, then you don't have sidebar conversations with other people in the group, or sidebar conversations with somebody else who you can get to agree with you, because that's narcissistic, right? Narcissistic behavior begets you or someone against you trying to find as many people on their side against you. That's one of the characteristics of it. But the other characteristics of it come into play when you can say whatever you want to me in any tone with curse words. All of these things are negative. All of these things are escalating, and all of these things are hurtful. So I don't know who I'm reaching whenever I do my little YouTube channel, but I hope that I'm reaching the heart of someone who can apologize to someone else, because staying respectful is huge in the world that we live in right now, especially because some people are going through more than other people. And maybe, just maybe, me being in my little corner of the world and being quiet and being, working on my goals, like I'm really putting effort to be successful in my branding and my music, and I know I'm going to have some failure before I succeed, and that's okay. But just like me doing my journey and you doing your journey, when you have conversations with others and you are communicating, being respectful means that you're going to have times in the conversation where things may not go your way or the other person's way, but you work through those things in the conversation, and that shows your growth and your maturity and your respect. In like manner, if you say curse words to me while you're talking to me and you want me to receive what you're saying, how likely do you think it is that I'm going to receive it? If you put your foot on the gas and you accelerate and go fast, how much control do you really have over the car? And that's like your mouth. Your mouthpiece can be out of control sometimes. And when you say things to people that have done nothing to you, like hurt you physically or mentally, emotionally, me being a communicator, and I'm very big on communicating. I love to talk. You all know that. But that's part of loving who Dina Marie is. And it hurts me because the way that I receive them telling me stuff hurts, because I give them nothing but the utmost respect and I love them with all of my heart. But at the same time, I don't deserve to be respected by your mouthpiece. Okay? If I've done something and you want to teach me something, fine. Come to me and say, hey, keep in mind that if you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, it may be at the crack of dawn and you may have caught me at a moment where I'm at a loss for words. But that has no bearing on how you respect or disrespect or whatever you do. You have to be respectful. And I pray about things constantly. Over the years, it takes a lot for me to cry because I am sheltered in that, with my emotions. And part of that is because, if people have hurt me because they may not like me or whatever their problem is, I don't even know, because now I've gotten to the point where I don't give a beep what you or anybody else thinks of me. But it does hurt me when you communicate to me and you're supposed to be someone that I love and I care and keep close to my heart. And me and my son, we have a great relationship. He's a big boy, but never once has he stepped out of his mouth. We've had some back and forth, but he's never disrespected me or any other adult on this planet. And if he has, then he has me to contend with. But that's how you are when you raise your kids. You have morals and values. And so they go out into the world and they respect their elders. They respect people of their own age. They try to respect, other people's parents. But if you come at someone with negativity, curse words, and all these volatile words in conversation, what do you expect? Sometimes when you're a younger person, you are still learning that as you evolve into a more mature person with the growth that you'll have. But me having grown where I'm at and my situation that I had, them having grown where they're at, we all have problems. So you can't, just like I said, everything gets blamed on COVID right now. You can't blame everything on COVID. Okay? The banks say they're slower because they have less this and the other. Well, all that shit was computerized in the first place. You shouldn't have no reason to hold my deposit up, okay? Same thing with this. You should have no reason with thinking about what the hell comes out of your mouth before you say it. And so my feelings are really still hurt. I'm still kind of taking a moment of silence. But then I look at it on the flip side too, and I think, maybe this message is not all about my feelings. Maybe the message is for me not to be accessible for the person that wants to hurt my feelings. Because if you don't appreciate me being a communicator in every respect of the word, then maybe I don't need to be indispensable for you when you have problems or issues or you're hurt and you want to talk. So the second part, or another part of a narcissistic behavior, is to go out and start befriending someone else before you connect the dots and respectfully apologize for the section of life that you just made a problem with. Okay? In other words, before you move on to somebody else and you decide, okay, well, I'm not going to associate with this person, or I'm going to let them cool off or whatever, because you're automatically assuming that 110% of that conversation was their fault and not yours as well. You're not taking accountability. You never apologize. So if that's the case, you're moving on to the next person, so that next person can be the person that you vent to. So you're like, shoot, I'm good, I don't need her, I don't need to talk to her, I can find somebody else. That's narcissistic, because you couldn't fix what you already messed up, because you needed somebody to continue to talk to, but you decided you was going to let this person have it because you wanted to be the person that was in the center of attention, and you were being selfish. So with that being said, I feel like it is so important for us to be respectful. And I have gotten to the point, I swear it was like I was always apologizing, and every time I apologize, I never get an apology back from the person or the people, and it's not right. And so right now, I'm not apologizing for anything else I do unless I know I did it wrong, or unless I intentionally did it wrong, but it's never in my heart. So whenever someone comes at me, I can't even grasp what they're saying because my heart doesn't allow me to go there. My friends, and they know who they are, they're wonderful people. They, have embraced me and my son and their family. There have been times where I have broken out of all relationships to try to find who Dina was and where I was at. But no matter what, they were still there. Maybe there were some times they thought, what the hell is wrong with her or whatever. But there were times where I could just, be sad and hurt and be with them, and not even, I could be in another room and just be depressed by myself. But just having them, me being in their house and having them close to me was godsend. And I know that I've told them thank you 101 times, but I never can thank them enough, because they're always there. They're always there. And my family doesn't even give me that. And that's sad. That hurts me. I have some family members, yes, that are wonderful and will be there whenever I need them. And then I have others who I can't explain it, and it hurts. So with that being said, you guys, please be respectful. Please realize that when someone loves you, they come at you from a position of love. And if there's something that I'm saying to you, or someone that you love is saying to you, and you don't receive it that way, then you're going to hopefully step back and pray that you get the understanding that you need to rectify the situation for yourself. Because sometimes when you're hurt by people that love you, things don't get corrected, and we're getting too far advanced in life, most of us, to sit there and not mend these fences. But there are times when you have to sit back and you have to make sure that you're not apologizing for every little thing that goes wrong, because then you don't get the respect. It always comes as if you're the person that did something wrong. So I just hope that this makes sense for you, and that things will help you in your life or what have you. For me, I've apologized enough. I didn't do anything wrong but be with myself. And sometimes, I do get that when I explain how you've hurt my feelings, I'm overly passionate. And for that, I can apologize for. However, that is also a trait of my personality, and I feel you should accept me for that as I correct it. But never should you curse at me, disrespect me, yell at me, make me feel like, and be low on the totem pole. So anyway, I send my love to all of you. I pray for health and happiness, and that you're being safe and protected in your space. But please stay respectful. It's all love. One. Oh, and be waiting on my podcast info.